Hello, in today's video we will be talking about the MLS and Inter-VLAN routing. First, I hope my videos are helpful for those who are seeking to be certified for the Cisco exams. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and share the video on your Facebook page. And give me the thumb up. And please let me know if you have any suggestions, comments or questions. I will gladly answer you back. On the description of this video you will find two files, one for the packet tracer source file and the documents to walk you through the lab step by step until you finally will be able to verify the configurations you did during this lab. Now, what is MLS multi-layer switching? It's an Ethernet based routing switch technology by Cisco that provides layer 3 switching in conjunction with existing routers. A layer 3 switch is a specialized hardware device used in network routing. Both can support the same routing protocols, inspect incoming packets, and make dynamic routing decisions based on the source and destination addresses inside. It has the ability to operate at higher layers of the OSI reference model, unlike the data link layer DLL traditionally used by switches. A multi-layer switch can perform the functions of a switch as well as that of a router at incredibly fast speed. Also, the capabilities to route from one VLAN to another using multiple switched virtual interfaces (SVIs), as well as the ability to convert a layer 2 switch port to a layer 3 interface. Generally, layer 3 switches are faster than routers, but they usually lack some of the advanced functionalities of routers. Specifically, a router is a device that routes the packets to their destination. This way, a layer 3 switch can route packets much faster than the router. Now, what is inter-VLAN routing? VLAN is a broadcast domain, so computers on separate VLANs are unable to communicate without the intervention of a routing device. Any device that supports layer 3 routing, such as a router or a multi-layer switch, can be used to perform this necessary routing functionality. VLANs divide broadcast domains in a LAN environment. Whenever hosts in one VLAN need to communicate with hosts in another VLAN, the traffic must be routed between them. This is known as inter-VLAN routing. On Catalyst switches, it is accomplished by the creation of layer 3 interfaces, switch virtual interfaces, SVIs. Now, nothing is still configured of what I said, and I will work on it. First, now I will configure the interfaces on the internet router. This here, the interface connected to the multi-layer switch. So on the internet, just click it and then double click on the router for one click. Here, enable, configure terminal, give it a host name of internet. Now on the interface of gig 000, this interface here, IP address 8.8.8.2/30 subnet mask 255.252 and enable the port with a no shutdown or no shut command. Next, I will configure a static route on the internet router. I'll exit from here from the global configuration, IP route from any network with this subnet mask, and the exit interface will be on the interface on the multi-layer switch of 8.8.8.1, and that's it. So to go back, simply click on this arrow to go back to the topology. Now I will start with the initial configurations on the switches. So I will start with switch 1, give it a name first, enable configure terminal, the host name as W1. Now I will configure a few VLANs. VLAN 10, give it a name of users. VLAN 20, the name admins. VLAN 30, I'll give it a name of guests. VLAN 99, I will give it a name of management. And VLAN 999, this will be our native VLAN. So from the global configuration, and I will configure the same VLANs on all of the switches. So VLAN 10, I'll name this users. VLAN 20, this is admins. VLAN 30, I'll name this guests. And VLAN 99, this is our management MGMT VLAN, and VLAN 999. Next I will configure the port F01 and F02 connected to switch 2 and switch 3, and the gigabit Ethernet on 01 connected to the MLS as trunk ports. This port here, F01, connected to switch 2, F02 connected to switch 3, and this interface, this port here on gigabit Ethernet 01 connected to the MLS switch. These will be trunk ports. So I will do them all together. Interface range F01 and 2, and the gig 01 switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk native VLAN 999. Enter. Switch VLAN, sorry, native VLAN 999. Don't forget the word VLAN. Enter. Next I will configure the IP address of VLAN 99 on the switch. Not to worry about that, because these errors will go away until we configure this port here and here on switch 2 and this on switch 3. So now I will exit from here, enter VLAN 99. This is with the IP address of 172.16.99.1/24 subnet mask, and the default gateway, IP default gateway of 172.16.99.254. Enter. Now I'll do the same on switch 2. Enable configure terminal host name as W2. Now for the VLANs, VLAN 10 name users, VLAN 20 name admins, VLAN 99 name management, and VLAN 999 our native VLAN. Next I will configure the port here on switch 2. This port we configured it from this side as trunk port. We need to do the same here on switch 2. Interface F01 switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk native VLAN 999. Now I will configure, as you can see here, VLAN 99 on switch 2 with this IP address, VLAN 99 on switch 1 with this IP address, and VLAN 99 on switch 3 with this IP address. So now I'll configure IP address for VLAN 99 switch 2. Interface VLAN interface VLAN 99, and this is with the IP address of 172.16.99.2/24 subnet mask, and the default gateway of 172.16.99.254. Again, I'll do the same on switch 3. As you can notice here, because I configured trunk on this side, both are green, and this is still orange until I configure it. It will turn into green, and it will be transmitting data between the two switches. Enable configure terminal host name of SW3. Now for the VLANs, VLAN 20 and 30 and 99 and VLAN 999, which is our native VLAN. Now I will configure the port on F02 connected to switch 1 as a trunk port native VLAN 999. Select it from here, interface F02, switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk native VLAN 999. And as you can see, the consistency here has been restored, and here it is turned to green. Now I will configure VLAN 99 on switch 3. Interface VLAN 99, and this is with the IP address of 172.16.99.3/24 subnet mask, and the default gateway of 172.16.99.254. Enter. Next, I will configure the ports on the switches as access port. Now, switch ports are layer 2 interfaces which are used to carry layer 2 traffic. A single switch port can carry single VLAN traffic, whether it is an access port or trunk port. And here we have a note. All switch ports are assigned VLAN 1 by default. VLAN 1 cannot be modified or deleted. You cannot, even if you try. An access port transports traffic to and from only the specified VLAN allotted to it. It is possible to configure Ethernet interfaces as either access ports or trunk ports, but they are unable to function as both types of port at the same time. Now, because here on a switch we will configure switch 1, we have the ports connected to the MLS switch, and this port connected to switch 2, and this port is connected to switch 3. So we need to configure access port only on switch 2 and switch 3 because they have PCs connected to them. So here on switch 2 we have F01 is connected to switch 1. So we'll start from F02 to 8. This will be in VLAN 10. From 9 to 16 access port in VLAN 20, and from 17 to 24 in VLAN 30. So now from the global configuration, I will do these ports together. Interface range from F02, because we have F01 is used to connect to switch 1, from 2 to 8. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10, Now the range of addresses from 9 to 16. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20, because PC2 within VLAN 20. Now the range of addresses from 17 to 24. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. We'll do the same on switch 3. Interface range of F01, because 1 is not used yet, from 1, and we have 2 is used to connect to switch 1. So from the range of F01 and from F03 to 8, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10, and the range of addresses from F09 to 16, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20, and the range of addresses from 17 to 24, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. Next, I will be configuring layer 3 switching. I will configure the port Gigabit Ethernet 02 port, which is connected to the internet on the MLS, as a routed port, and verify that by pinging a layer 3 address. This port here connected to the internet. Now, what is a routed port? A routed port is a physical port that acts like a port on a router. But here, as you can see, this is a switch, but this port, we want to configure it as a routed port. It does not have to be connected to a router. A routed port is not associated with a particular VLAN, as in an access port. A routed port behaves like a regular router interface, except that it does not support VLAN sub-interfaces. When we type the no switch port command, puts the interface in layer 3 mode, known as routed port. So all what we need to do here to change this to a routed port, just to type no switch port on a layer 3 switch, and makes it operates more like a router interface rather than a switch port. The IP address command assigned an IP address and network mask to the interface. Routed ports can be configured with a layer 3 routing protocol. So now on the MSL, and as you can see here, this will turn into green when we do configurations on the configure it as a trunk. But now we will work on this side, or we'll do the whole work on the MLS. So enable configure terminal. First I will give it a host name of MLS multi-layer switch. Now I will configure VLAN 99 as a management VLAN here, and VLAN 999 as the native VLAN. So I'll type VLAN 99. It's our management VLAN, and I will configure also 999. This is our native VLAN. Next, I will configure the port connected to switch 1 as a trunk port, native VLAN 999. Now, a trunk port on a switch is defined to be a native VLAN, and the 802.1q trunk will not tag frames that are going out the port that came in on any port that belongs to the same VLAN that is the native VLAN on the switch. Any Ethernet device would be capable of reading frames for the native VLANs. So the interface of gig 01 switch port trunk native VLAN 999. Now on the interface connected to the internet interface of gig 02, we wanted to turn it into a routed port. We type no switch port, enter. Now I'll give it an IP address of 8.8.8.1/30 subnet mask, and it is already active, open. Next, I will verify the connection with the internet. I'll exit from here, and I will ping the other interface on 8.8.8.2, and we have a connection. Next, I will configure inter-VLAN routing on the MLS. First, I will configure the VLANs on the MLS. The same VLANs we configured on the other switches. I'll configure the same on the MLS here, or the multi-layer switch. Configure terminal VLAN 10, and this is, we named it users, and VLAN 20, and we named this admins, VLAN 30, and this is guest. Next, I will configure SPI on MLS. What is an SPI on a switch? SPI stands for Switched Virtual Interface. Is a virtual interface and port that transmit only untagged VLAN packets for a managed switch. By default, an SVI is created for the default VLAN, which is VLAN 1, to permit remote switch administration. An SVI cannot be activated unless associated with a physical port. SVI is a logical interface on a multi-layer switch which provides layer 3 processing for packets to all switch ports associated with that VLAN. A single SVI can be created for a VLAN. Now, what is the difference between SVI and routed port? A routed port is a physical port on a switch that acts like a port on a router. It supports all routing protocols. On the other hand, the SVI is created by the interface VLAN command, while a routed port by using the no switch port command in interface configuration mode. Now I will configure and activate SVI interface for VLANs 10, 20, 30, and 99 as it's showing in the topology. Back to the MLS. From the global configuration mode, I will enter VLAN 10, and the IP address here 172.16.10.1/24 subnet mask, and VLAN 20, and this is with the IP address of 172.16.20.1/24 subnet mask, and Inter-VLAN 30, and this is with the IP address of 172.16.30.1/24 subnet mask, and VLAN 99, and this is with the IP address of 172.16.99.254 with /24 subnet mask. Next, I will enable routing on MLS. First, I will use this command to see if we have show IP route. We have nothing here. But from the global configuration mode to enable IP to enable routing on MLS, just simply type IP routing. I'll exit. Now show IP route, and here we have the routes to the Inter-VLANs we configured on the MLS. Now we have all the directly connected networks in the table showing here. Next, I will verify connectivity. After we did all the configurations, now it is time to verify connectivity. Now from PC1, I will ping PC4 or the MLS to verify connection within VLAN 10, because PC1 and PC4 both are within VLAN 10. So on PC1, I will ping 172.16.10.11. I run it again. 172.16.10.11. Let me see if it's 172.16.10.10. I forgot to configure the 10.1, and this PC4. So let's do it again. Run the ping again. And we have a connection. Now I'll ping the MLS from PC1 to ping 172.16.10.1. We have a connection. Next, I will ping from PC2 to PC5, because both are within VLAN 20. I'll see if I did not forget to configure the IP addresses. Yes, I did. And on PC5, yes, I did. So the ping should go or be successful. Ping 172.16.20.11, and the MLS ping 172.16.20.1, and it went through, so our work is good. Also, if I try to ping from PC3 to PC6, you try this and see when you reach this point that your configuration should be the ping should be successful. And now I will verify if I can ping from PC1 in VLAN 10 to PC6 in VLAN 30. Let's see. A little bit. Command prompt. Ping 172.16.30.11. And it is successful, so our work is perfect. Ping the internet 8.8.8.2, and we received a reply. So try to run the ping from the PC to different PCs. When you reach this point, just follow the description on this video. First, download the Pracitce Tracer source files, and then the walkthrough documents. Just walk through the documents step by step and read. I have lots of stuff that you can read. Hopefully this will help you to understand the difference, everything I explained so far in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please write me and I'll answer you back. Thank you so much and have a nice day.